Everything in the world has its own reason to happen, and people who come to you definitely has something significantly to do with your life. So I'm going to talk about a person who by accident became a part of my circle friend, and I prefer to be a fate rather than just a so-called accidentally made friendship. Reminiscing about how we happen to know each other, she is the owner of a bookstore that I often pay a visit to. In the first place, we did not really catch each other's attention, but then the more I came there and sometimes when I have times on my hands, I sit around and read my books even the whole day at her bookstore. And there came a day that she came and asked me which book I was reading and if I enjoyed that. I answered her that that was my third time reading the book and there was absolutely not a single boring page in the whole book. So we started to talk about the book and the rest of the conversation just followed in unbroken stream because we get pretty much so many things in common and especially in terms of books. So we hit it up really well. And as a matter of factly speaking, she is far more a voracious reader than I am. She possesses a mountain of books that I would dream having them in my house. And I would say that she's kind of a perfect match for me because, in a modern age, it is not easy to find a person who can share with you a pile of books that they have read and, talk with you day and night with countless topics, like the whole world open to pass on to you. And in particular, she has such a hidden power to get you completely involved in her words, in her story. And, just to keep the conversation going with such a cheery voice, with sometimes emotional and touching as well. And she has such a depth in her eyes that you just want to dive into her word. That's exactly kind of relationship that I've been craving for. So, after all, she is a very good person to be friend with. So if I still have more time, I would like to tell you more about some of books that we already read together. And I would recommend for everyone to read it once in life.
I think there's no definitive answer to this question because everyone has different opinions, On the one hand, an introvert enjoys solitude and operates as a loner most of the time, They don't open up easily to others about their personal matters, even though with their close friend. And I think that's why they are more of emotion-oriented and compassionate. But on the other hand, an extrovert is very friendly, outgoing, sociable, affectionate. They often engage in different kinds of activities and they share things that concern them to their friends. So, well, I don't know which one is better. I would say that ambivert people is the answer to me. I don't think that being totally introvert or extrovert is good, but combining two types of this would be the most appropriate. Actually, I have looked into myself a few times and I've thought about it before. And I think I'm more like introvert person, with some elements of extroversion when needed. I often want to be alone when I'm in bad mood. I'm kind of the one who prefer to think than to tell. But then sometimes I can be very outgoing and, active person. For example, when I was at uni or new jobs, I show others the social part of myself in order to make new friends. But for most of the time, I only feel being myself when I'm, in introversive thinking. I know it sounds a little bit weird and creepy, but that's the way I am. I think a real and strong friendship should be based on true feelings and not on selfishness. Virtues like love, trust, honesty, affection, and kindness are also indispensable parts of this concept. And also friends need to share common interests with you because, they are people we spend a lot of time with. So it definitely helps if they enjoy doing the same activities or talking about the same topics that we do, right? I think I would struggle to become friends with someone who didn't have anything in common with me or who wasn't reliable or trustworthy. Yeah, so that's very important to make new friends, having same interests and honesty.